Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, we had some wild weather yesterday afternoon and evening. Got a little crazy, but we did not have any serious damage here at the homestead. Just a few minor things that's not that big a deal, some stuff blown around. But my goodness, it was close, because just beyond us it started really kicking up, and unfortunately, the way it sounds, up in Ohio got hit pretty bad. Looks to be some casualties up there, so please remember those folks in prayer. But yeah, it was crazy. And well, my wife and I, we've kind of taken over running the storm shelter in our area. It's located at the school, and so we went up there and had to open that up, and so that local people could get up there in case things got really bad. There was no tornado here, but there was some very, very high winds. Blew a lot of trees over and damaged some structures in the area. And so we were up there running that. And then yesterday was just a crazy busy day for me. If you want the details, you can go over to my locals channel and sign up there. That's where you get the free speech talk from me. I don't hold back there. But I had just a series of medical response calls, one right after another, and then we had a very serious fire call that I responded to. And then just as soon as we wrapped that up, the storm was starting to move in, so we had to jump into gear and head to the shelter to open that up for other folks to come and take shelter if they needed to. It was a busy day. Ended up obviously not getting a video done last night between the storm and the busyness, and the internet was well, not working because of all the storms. Just couldn't get one out, but just craziness. Well, today's video, there's a little bit of bragging, or a little bit of I don't know. I guess you take pleasure out of some things, but there's also a message here, so I guess stick with me. I guess I have arrived as a YouTube channel guy. Media Matters. You folks know who they are. They're one of the most far left, just hit pieces. I mean, it's just slop. But Media Matters has done a hit piece on myself, and a few other YouTube channels. I'll put a screenshot up here for you to see, but they're talking about us awful homestead prepping YouTube channels and how horrible of people that we are. I got top billing on that one. I'm the first one listed, so I take a little bit of pride in that. I wonder if do I get a medal for this or something? It's a badge of honor. But yeah, you can go read it. The first part of it is pretty accurate in what they say about me, the things that I've said, and I stand by it. But a lot of it is inaccurate. They tried to very loosely affiliate me with KKK and 3%ers, which I have no affiliation with either organization at all. And those two organizations are not alike. I mean, we all know who the KKK is, and I have zero affiliation with them. The 3%ers, I mean, I've never been affiliated with them at all. I don't know where they meet. I don't know anything really much about them other than what you do from just reading online. You know, on the surface, what they say they do and they believe, I don't disagree with. But anyways, it's an interesting, myself, an American Homestead, Petra, a few others are listed on there. It's a good place to read the article and figure out some good YouTube channels to watch. But I do have a point to this, not just some joking around with them doing their little garbage hit piece on me. What they're talking about in the article is that channels like myself are anti-immigration. In the part that it's talking about me, it says that I've gone on talking about how all of this influx of illegals coming across the border is dangerous. That these people are coming here to take votes, to take our jobs, to join the military, to be replaced, and and they use this white replacement theory or something like that. I've heard of it, but I really don't know anything about that. It's interesting though, the real things that they critique me on, from what I have seen and heard, whether it be online or in person, the people I meet, most Americans would agree with that these illegals coming across the border is an invasion, and it's a danger. And while not every single one of them are bad people, and not every single one of them come here to do bad things, even if it was just normal demographics of human population, when you're talking 300,000+ a month coming across, there's certainly going to be a decent number of them that are coming here to do bad things, or that are criminals, or that are bad people. Even if it was just normal numbers, normal percentages. And that's not including that it's very likely, I mean, we don't have hard evidence, but it's very likely that there's a good amount of these groups that are coming across that are coming here to do us harm. Either way, even if every single one of them are just the nicest, most law-abiding people in the world, they wouldn't be coming across the border illegally. And just the fact that they're coming into the country in the numbers that they are, it's putting a strain on everything. Like I said, even if they're not committing crimes, the strain on our social system, on our public assistance, public works, public safety systems in all of these towns, it's putting a drain on it. And there's definitely a lot of evidence in the news to indicate that a decent amount of these are committing crimes, because there's been a whole bunch of crimes being talked about in the news lately that are being committed by illegals. Now, none of this is surprising or a new revelation for you folks, right? We know that the left is trying to push this, but I think that there's a narrative being done here. Here lately, Joe Biden in the White House has been pushing this narrative that, these illegals are coming here and they're helping the economy, right? They're contributing. That's why the economy's doing so good. It's because of these illegals. We've heard other ridiculous lies and narratives, and now that folks like myself and you and others on YouTube like me, we're the bad guys, right? We're the bad guys, and we're bigoted, and we're evil, and we're hate-filled. And I think that there's a narrative coming up here that the illegals are the good guys and you and I are the bad guys. And it's quite possible that we could start seeing things kind of shift. I think we could possibly liken it to what's gone on with the January 6th people. But that kind of attention and that kind of investigation and force and judicial process could be turned against folks like you and I, because we think these illegals are bad, and well, now we're the bad guys. This has been, this is one of the steps of genocide, is to demonize folks like you and I and turn us into criminals because of our thoughts. In fact, Canada has been trying to pass thought laws that you could go to prison for a long time just because you could be possibly thinking about committing a crime. I mean, this is extremely 1984. In fact, it's probably worse than 1984, the book. This is gonna, I know it seems silly, the article, the lies that come out of the White House. It's all stuff that we want to laugh about, right? We want to roll our eyes. We want to shake our heads. We want to make some kind of comment of the senile in chief liar that just pushes this garbage narrative. But there's something here, folks. Remember, these are the folks that control things like the FBI and the ATF and the IRS and more. And they have very well proven that they have no problem in using those authorities against conservative people, against traditional people, against people that are God-fearing, Bible-believing, conservative traditional values. So it's very possible. I'm not saying it's absolutely going to happen, but it's very possible that we're watching a narrative being built, and maybe this hit piece, and I may be reading more into it than there is, but maybe this hit piece and using myself and other YouTube channels could be the start of, yeah, look at these bad guys. You know, they hate illegals. They're just supremacists. They're bigoted. They're racist. They're evil. They're dangerous. We need to get rid of them. Let's lock them up. Let's take away everything they own. Think about it. Now, I'm still a little proud that pride probably isn't the right word. You know, shouldn't have too much of that. But still kind of happy that they mentioned me. But and it could be nothing. The guy that supposedly wrote this, I looked at some of his other articles and they're all just garbage. But there could be something happening here, and I don't think that any of you would be too shocked at it either. And so we need to be aware of that. I'm not telling you to go hide. I'm not telling you to not talk about things. I'm not telling you to, to stick your head in the sand. But we should still be aware of this possible change in this narrative and this shift to where you and I, people that go to the Texas border, people that talk about making the comments in the YouTube channels, people that are making the YouTube videos, folks like you and I are very possibly going to start being the bad guys, not the illegals coming across the border, not the ones committing all the crazy, insane, violent crimes, not the ones that's bringing their interesting cultures, into this country. And cooking their rats on the streets, defecating in the streets, all this kind of stuff that we've seen from all of these illegals. It's not them that's the bad guys, it's you and I. It's interesting that this article is happening just as we're also hearing that there's a very likely large mass migration of Haitians coming out of that falling apart, collapsing nation into our nation. So, like I've said all along, the illegal alien thing is probably the biggest, most important thing of our time. And it's getting worse. I suspect at some point, platforms like here on YouTube will start censoring people like me, just like they did during the whole pandemic, for talking about this kind of stuff. Who knows, this video that you're watching right now, 6 months down the road, I may get suspended or even taken off of YouTube because I said it in the past. Pretty much all of the suspensions I've had have been from videos done previously. You need to get ready for that. That's why I encourage you to go over and sign up to locals, because when I get kicked off of here, that's where I'll be. We've been talking about it for a while. Don't be shocked at this. You just need to continue getting ready. Kind of get yourself buckled up and ready for this that's happening, because there's no signs whatsoever that there's any intention of slowing it down or changing directions. It's pretty clear the direction that they're headed with this, and we need to get prepared for it. Get your houses in order, folks. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.